purely an invitation. Really welcome you to take what you need and leave the rest. Just a really gentle body scan to start. So there's not a specific order that you need to do this in. But noticing sensation in the body, where the attention gravitates. It would feel welcome directing a little bit of breath into those spaces. So starting to utilize the breath as a tool for your practice. Deep, clear breaths in through the nose. And exhale whatever way feels most natural for now. So through the nose or the mouth is fine. A couple more cycles of breath here. Deep, clear inhales through the nose. And then exhale completely, nose or mouth. One or two more of those cycles of breath on your own. A little bit more awareness in the body, starting to set an intention, way to really connect with the practice and perhaps up the ante a little bit in terms of how much it can benefit you today. So noticing what you might need on your mat today. If you need a little bit more gentleness, if you've got some extra energy that you need to kind of work through. I'll just share my intention for myself today is to challenge my body without forcing anything. So to really show up, give it a good effort, but let go of any kind of perfectionistic thought patterns or all or nothing thought patterns. If that resonates for you, feel free to tap into that intention as well. Challenge without force. Take one more deep breath wherever you landed. So let the lungs expand to the sides and to the back as well as in the front. And then this time, go ahead and open mouth, exhale it out. See if you can release the shoulders a bit. Meet me on your hands and your knees. If you'd like, you can blink the eyes open to get there. And then we'll take a couple of circles over the wrists and over the knees. So fingers are spread out pretty wide. A couple of circles to the right. And a couple of circles to the left here. Go ahead and take it right into a high push-up. So I did say we'd warm up today right out the gate. So right into your high push-up here. Shift forward onto the tippy toes. Press the palms down and imagine that you're trying to widen your mat out. So energetically trying to widen the mat out. And then do the opposite. Keep pressing the hands down. Imagine that you're trying to kind of wrinkle the mat up. See if you can feel the pectorals, the chest. Keep that engagement as you shift further forward, lower all the way down. Walk the fingers away from the shoulders about half a foot to a foot. Come up onto the fingertips. Elbows point toward the ceiling here. We're going to engage the back body. Press into the fingertips. Squeeze the shoulders. Squeeze into these muscles called the lats in the back, strengthening and activating the back. And then lower all the way down. You can make a little pillow for your forehead if you like. Bend the right knee, flex the right foot, tuck the tailbone, and then press the right heel up. See if you can activate the right glutes here. Right hamstring. Lower the right leg down to the left. Bend the left knee, left foot flexes, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze through the thigh and the glutes. And then lower it down. Bring the hands under the shoulders. Come back to your hands and your knees. 2 circles to the right here. Deep breaths, and then 2 circles to the left. Sort of flow through that little mini sequence a couple times. High push-up, take a breath in, press the palms in toward each other as you shift forward, lower all the way down. Wide arm, high elbow cobra on the in-breath, lift the chest. And then lower it down as you exhale, like a little pillow for the forehead. Tuck the tailbone, right knee bends, flex the foot, squeeze the thigh, big breath in. And then exhale, switch. Left knee bends, flex the foot, inhale, squeeze. exhale back to your hands and your knees. Little funky flow, 2 to the right, breathing. Working out the pelvis and the shoulders, 2 to the left. Working out the lower back and the hips. High plank, take an inhale here. Lower all the way down. Last time like that. Wide arm cobra, high elbows on the inhale. Hold it here for a moment. Bend the right knee, point the right toe. So now we're going for a bit of a back bend, so extension. Exhale, lower everything down. Back to that wide arm cobra, left side, and the left knee, point the left toes, lift the chin if that feels okay in the throat. Lower all the way down on the exhale. Hands under the shoulders, knees pressing back to your all fours. And then this time, let's take it into a downward facing dog. Take a few deep breaths here as you check in with your body, moving around in any way that feels good. Trying to smooth out that movement around any of those major joints. And in fact, for today, emphasizing like smooth movement as opposed to the biggest range of possible. So see if you can control how those joint spaces are moving. Bring the feet together at the back of the mat. Take your right leg high and then bend the right knee externally, opening through that hip space. You can circle the right ankle a couple of times, smooth out that movement, switch the direction, maybe spread the right toes. Re-extend the leg, take a breath in. And then step the right foot forward between the thumbs, soften your back knee down. Big stretch here, backstroke your right arm back. You can stay here or bend the left knee, catch the foot. Couple deep breaths here. And then coming back to that intention of challenge without force. So finding that sweet spot. Gently release the left foot. Bring that right hand back underneath the right shoulder. High push-up on your inhale. Chaturanga this time, or you can go all the way to the belly if that feels good in your body. Take it into upward facing dog or cobra pose. Stay in your back bend for a moment. Look from the right shoulder slowly to the left shoulder, like a slow traffic check, and then back to downward facing dog. Big breath. We'll do the left leg. Inhale the left leg up. Bend the knee externally, opening here. Finding some movement through that top ankle. Spreading the left toes. Re-extend the left leg on your in-breath. Step the left foot forward, lower the right knee down, backstroke left arm, maybe bind right foot. So 2 deep breaths. Following the inhale. Long exhale. The left hand under left shoulder. High push up, big breath in. Lower half or all the way down here. Upward or cobra, finish an inhale. The heels are pointing straight up, so trying not to sickle the heels. And then downward facing dog. Take a breath, pedal it out. And when you're ready, walk your feet to the top of the mat. Lots of space between the feet for ragdoll. Catching the crooks of the opposite elbows here. Find a little bit of a gentle sway. Invitation to give the head a gentle shake or nod to loosen up the neck. Check that the jaw is relaxed. And then release the fingertips down. Heel toe your feet a bit closer together. Palms come to the shins for your halfway stretch here. Take a breath in. Bring your hands to your calves as you exhale into a tighter, more active forward fold. Send the weight toward the balls of the feet. And then vertebra by vertebra, roll it up slowly. The head will be the last thing to lift. Then inhale the arms up. Catch your left wrist, find your side bend to the right. Moving with breath, take it back to the center on an inhale. Catch the right wrist, draw it to the left, really opening up to the right underarm. Back to the center, big breath in. You might even look up toward the thumbs or the ceiling. And then hands to heart center as you fold forward all the way down. Surya Namaskar A. Lift up halfway as you breathe in. So that's our sun salute. Plant the hands, step back high plank to Chaturanga or to the belly on the exhale. Cobra or up dog, breathe into that stretch across the chest. Downward facing dog, let the hips and the pelvis be high, high, high. Look forward, lift the heels, send some weight into the hands, and then step or hop to the top of the mat. Halfway stretch, breathe in. Fold forward and exhale. Focus on the breath, take it all the way up on the in, and then right back down this time as you empty. Without rush, right? Smooth, smooth transitions. Half lift on an in breath. High plank to low plank on your exhale. Cobra or up dog, draw the shoulders back, use the back muscles, and then downward facing dog. Stay here for a breath cycle or more, and then take one more of these sun salutes on your own. Totally okay to add things in, to take things out, maybe to do a little gentle challenge to the memory, see if you can match that coordination. We'll meet up in a downward facing dog. A couple kind of new transitions today planned, so hopefully a little funky and exciting. Good opportunity to practice being new. And take the right leg high, beginner's mind, right? And then step the right foot forward between the thumbs. We're gonna come all the way up into reverse warrior. So peeling open through the right side body. Reset the feet if you need so that you feel as stable as possible. And then keep tracking the right knee over the right ankle or little toe. Take another long inhale. We're going to find extended side angle, bringing the right forearm to the right thigh, left arm up and over. Relax through the neck here, whatever that means for you. For me, that means letting the right ear kind of dangle toward the right shoulder for a moment. So here's a different transition. We're going to take extended side angle into crescent lunge. Sweep the left arm down, pivot the left heel up, and then sweep the arms up overhead. So we're in our crescent here. Tuck the tailbone a bit so that you feel the stretch in the front of the left hip, and then slide it low into that lunge. Eyes to one spot, breathing. Take another long inhale, bring the hands to heart center. And then prayer twist. Hook the left elbow, pretty deep twist here, outside of the right thigh. Keep firming up that back leg so you've got support coming from the musculature of the left leg. And lengthen the crown of the head away from the sternum here so that you've got a nice long axis of the spine to rotate into that twist through. Oh boy. Next transition, we're going to take it to a one-legged mountain. You're going to come up to standing. Oh my goodness. Left leg lifts. I'm going to wonder in the next time through this little flow why I planned this. Left leg is up, arms are up. Find your balance here. And then let's set up a figure four. Crossing the left ankle over the top of the right thigh. Sitting nice and low for a moment as we breathe. See if you can relax the sides of the neck. That space between the collarbones and the shoulder blades. We're going to take it back to that single leg mountain. Inhale the arms up and the left knee up. Sweep the arms back, pick the left leg back for airplane here. Finding your balance. Bend the right knee a little bit, so we're keeping that energy in the muscles instead of the joint space, and then turn the left knee and the left thigh to face the floor. We're in slow motion, come back to reverse warrior here. Inhale, open up, and then Chaturanga through your Vinyasa, meeting in downward facing dog. Focus on upper body when you can, because we've got a lot of legs here. A lot of leg strength in this flow. Left side, inhale the left leg. Step it forward, setting up for reverse warrior on this side. Reverse cartwheel it open and breathe. Finding that sweet spot of challenge without being forceful or perfectionistic. Take another long inhale and then extended side angle, left forearm, left thigh, right arm over. I should have offered on the other side, and I'll offer here. If you want the left hand down on the floor, that's okay as well. Do what works for your body. We're going to take it into crescent from here. So sweep the right arm down, put the right heel up, and then arms lift, chest lifts, breathing. You can take a pursed lips exhale anytime you need. So that's that deep inhale through the nose. And then exhale like you're cooling off a cup of hot tea. Let's take our prayer twist. Hands through heart center, right elbow, left thigh, finding that rotation. When we flow breath and motion, we're just going to hold this for the exhale. And then the inhale, here we go, is going to be that single leg mountain. Oof, right leg lifts. Arms come up. Find your balance for a moment. Activating through the core, tucking the floating ribs in. And then finding your figure four stretch. Let that right knee be heavy here so you feel that lengthening sensation in the outer edge of the right hip, the outer edge of the right glutes, that glute medius back there, and piriformis. Back to that single leg mountain. Inhale, right knee up, arms up. Exhale it into airplane on this side. Level off through the pelvis and the lower back. Right knee is pointing toward the floor, breathing. And take it into reverse warrior. Big inhale to open up and prepare. And then vinyasa through to down dog. Upper body strong here. Let that do the work for you after we do all of those legs. Back to downward facing dog. One deep breath in. Big breath out. Right side breath in motion. Inhale the right leg. Exhale, step it through. Reverse warrior. Inhale, peel open. Extended side angle on the exhale. Crescent lunge. Pivot the back heel. Big breath in. Prayer twist to the right. That's just for your exhale. Single leg mountain. Inhale, left knee and arms lift. Figure four on the exhale. Bring the hands to the heart. This time, let's stay here for just one cycle of breath, softening the neck and the jaw. Sit a little bit lower, send that hip crease way back. One leg mountain, big breath in. Airplane, fly it back on the exhale. Reverse warrior, inhale, peel open. We're gonna add on here. Exhale your hands to the mat. We're gonna find a side plank facing the right. So bring that right leg back and that right arm up, pivoting into that side plank position. Option to lift the right leg or to bring the right foot back behind for more of a back bend and a little bit more support. If you're in a traditional side plank with me, core is active here. Floating ribs are knitting together. So those bottom ribs, imagine them moving closer to the front of the hips. Reach the right arm forward, breathe in. And now flow through your vinyasa, meeting in down dog. Left leg lifts on an inhale. Step it forward as you exhale. Reverse warrior, breathe in. Extended side as you breathe out. Crescent, long inhale, back heel pivots. Twist to the left. Single leg mountain, breathe in. Figure four as you breathe out. Full breath, send the hip creases back. Let the chest drop forward. Back to that single leg mountain, inhale. Airplane, exhale. Reverse, deep breath, working with that flow. And then cartwheel the hands. This time we've got side plank to the left. Your options here if you want to lift the left leg or take your wild thing, or even bring the left foot forward in front of you and press into the left foot to support that lift through the hips. Left arm sweeps forward, breathe in, flow through. We'll meet up in downward facing dog, and then we're going to add even more spice to that flow. Right leg, big breath in as you reach it up. Step forward on the exhale, keep the breath smooth. It's your tool here. Reverse warrior, breathe in. Extended side as you breathe out. Crescent, back heel pivots, arms up on an in-breath. Twist right as you exhale. One leg mountain, breathe in. A little different this time. We're going to take a hips distance squat pose. So bring that left foot underneath the left hip, bend the knees, bring the hands to the heart. So you're in like a chair, but your feet are separated so the heels are underneath the knees, underneath the hips. Lift the heels, lower the heels, lift the left knee back to your single leg mountain. We'll do this a couple times slow. Sit into that hips distance squat. Keep the knees bent and the hips creased. Lift the heels. Lower the heels, push into the right foot, left leg lifts. So go a little faster. Squat, lift the heels, drop the heels, lift the left knee. Squat, lift the heels, drop the heels, lift the left knee, and then keep going like this. We'll go for about 15 seconds. Option, if you feel like you really do need more today, you can add a little hop. I probably won't be doing that, but you can take a couple of those. For 3, for 2, single leg mountain on 1 here, left knee up, arms up, breathe in. Straight into airplane this time as you breathe out. Bring the hands to the heart center. We're going to find a Shiva squat or a yoga curtsy, whatever you want to call it, as you bend the knees. And that left knee is close to the right calf, and then down toward that right heel without putting any unnecessary amount of pressure on that front knee. Squeeze the muscles in the legs, lift the right kneecap up a bit. From here, we've got half moon, right fingertips down, left limbs peel up and open. Working to stack the shoulders and the wrists and maybe float the bottom hand. Reverse your warrior when you're ready. Big step back with that left foot. Inhale. Exhale, high push up and pause. Bring the left forearm down. Reach the right arm up. So we're in a forearm plank. Bring the right forearm down. Keep both forearms down. Press the elbows down into the mat. And then alternating knee dips. Tuck the tailbone a little bit here if that feels okay in the lower back to bring more of that effort into the core. Imagine the fronts of the hips tucking up in underneath into the ribs. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. High push up on 1. Press the palms down. Chaturanga to downward facing dog, flowing through. And take a big breath in down dog when you get there. Open mouth, exhale. Left side, here we go. Inhale, lift the leg. Exhale, step it forward. Reverse, unwind on an in-breath. Extended side on the exhale. Crescent, make that transition as smooth as you can. Breathe in. Prayer twist to the left. Back to that single leg mountain. Inhale, the right knee up and the arms up. Here's where we add that spicy part to get into your hips distance squat. Lift the heels, keep the hips creased and the knees bent. Drop the heels, lift the right knee and the arms. Hips distance squat, heels up, Heels down, single leg mountain. Just like that. Squat, heels, drop, lift. And then keep going, finding a tempo that feels edgy for the body without force. Keep the spine in whatever alignment makes your back feel happy here. So be looking down a little bit, adding your little hop if you want. For 5, single leg mountain on 1, 4, 3, 2, single leg mountain, big breath in. Airplane as you exhale. Bring the hands to the heart and bring that left knee, or the right knee rather, to the left calf for your Shiva squat. From Shiva squat, we've got our half moon on this side. Left hand down, right arm up, peeling open to the right, rotating through the sides of the waist so that you're stacking the right side of the rib cage on top of the left. Option to play around with floating the bottom fingertips up. And then steady to reverse warrior when you're ready. Breathe in. Cartwheel the hands, high push up. This time the right forearm goes down, the left arm lifts up for your side plank. Bring the left forearm down, keep the knees lifted, tip the tailbone, core is active, little knee taps. For 10, 9, 8, high push up on 1, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, high plank, breathe in. And then flow through your vinyasa. We'll meet in down dog. We're gonna put that whole madness together just one time through. One extra thing to add on. Shake it out. Get yourself into gear here, and then right leg starts us off. Breathe in. Step forward as you exhale. Reverse warrior, breath in. Extended side, breath out. Crescent lunge, inhale back, heel lifts, arms up. Twist to the right for your exhale. Inhale, single leg mountain here. And then exhale into that squat. Inhale, heels. Exhale, squat. Inhale, single leg mountain. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, single leg mountain, 1, and single leg mountain. There we are. Big breath in. Take it back into airplane on your exhale. Shiva squat, yoga curtsy. Breathe in. Stay for the breath out. This time we're going to find a revolved half move. Left fingertips come down, left leg goes back, right arm peels up and open. Send the right hip crease back. Draw the navel center in as you reach the crown of the head forward. And we're going to backstroke the right arm and the left knee, see if you can find the left foot. Slow motion, taking it into our bound dancer at the top of the mat. This can be more of a hip flexor stretch than a back bend if you keep the body pretty upright. You want more of a back bend, big kick into that right hand. My body's not interested in doing that without a face plant today. Take one more deep breath, whatever variation you landed in. And then we're going to find Malasana at the top. That's our yogi squat, as we call it goddess here. Let the hips drop down. Regrouping with your breath here. 2 more cycles of breath, maybe closing the eyes down. Last one. Send the chest up and press the thumbs into the sternum. And then on your exhale, take a forward fold, hips high. Heel to the feet a little closer together. Find a halfway stretch as you breathe in. Step or float it back to Chaturanga as you breathe up. Up dog, little cobra on the in-breath. Downward facing is the out. Here we go, left side. Inhale the left leg. Exhale and step. Reverse warrior. Find lots of space on that in-breath. Extended side angle as you enter. Crescent lunge, breathe in, back heel pivots, reach up. Prayer twist to the left on the exhale. Single leg mountain, inhale, lift to the right knee. Exhale, take it into that squat. Lift the heels, breathe in. Lower the heels, breathe out. Single leg mountain on the inhale. And then keep moving like that in whatever way feels best for your body. You can take this real slow and squeeze the musculature of the legs, or you might speed it up, adding that little hop. For 5, single leg mountain on 1, 4, 3, 2, single leg mountain, big breath in. Airplane on that exhale. Shiva squat, yoga curtsy, full breath cycle here. Stay for the exhale, hugging the navel in, abdominals are engaged. Right fingertips underneath the right shoulder, kick the right leg back, left arm lifts. Can you find a little bit more ease, whether that's a physical adjustment or maybe adjusting the back pattern, deepening your breath, backstroke the left arm, bend the right knee, catching the foot. You could stay right here, or slow motion, start to lift up. Holy moly, into your bound dancer. Set the eyes to one spot that's not moving on the horizon. And then even as you hone in on that single spot with the head pretty still, see if you can open up the periphery of your vision to see how far you can see to the sides. Take another deep breath here. Goddess Malasana at the top, heels in, toes out. Awesome work. Almost to a little bit more of a restful portion of practice. Not quite yet. We did tons and tons of legs here. So we're going to focus a little bit more on upper body. Go ahead and circle out the wrists while we're down here. We'll switch the direction. Interlace your hands and then circle out the wrists. Kind of funky. Bring some mobilization into those wrist joints and muscles of the hands and the forearms. And then we're going to take the palms down. Lift the hips up. Heel toe the feet a bit closer together. Step the feet to your plank pose and pause. We'll take a couple special push-ups before we come into back bends. So come onto the tiptoes, shift forward, lower slowly all the way down, all the way down. So we're really working that end range of the motion. Drop the knees down into the hands and the knees. And then tuck the toes under, back to that tiptoe plank. Go all the way down. Drop the knees, lift up, tiptoe plank all the way down. Drop the knees and lift up 2 more. If you feel good doing this on your toes, you can do that, absolutely. It's a little more than my body wants today. Downward facing dog. Woo. To dolphin pose. Drop the forearms down so the elbows are underneath the shoulders and then walk the feet in. If you happen to have forearm stand in your practice and you feel safe and confident in that, you can play around with that. Otherwise, it's not quite in my repertoire today. We're going to lift just the right leg, come up onto the left tippy toes, and then actively squeeze that right leg. As if somebody's holding the right ankle, lifting it up toward the ceiling for 3. For 2, switch legs on 1, right toes down, left leg lifts. Come up onto the right tippy toes, point the left toes, squeeze the left leg. So you should be feeling a lot of sensation in the upper arms. Push the elbows and forearms down so the shoulders are not dropping into the ears and the shoulders onto the back of the ribs for 3, 2, child's pose in 1. Drop the knees down, relax the head down. And then use your breath once more to scan the body, noticing whatever sensation is present. Maybe a tingling in the arms or heat. You might be able to sense the heartbeat here. Or feel the ribs expanding on your inhale. Feel the shoulders and the neck relax a bit on the exhales. Go ahead and work your way all the way onto the belly. Goodness gracious. Bring the hands down, drop the forehead down. And then lift up into Sphinx pose. So elbows down, but without all of that intense energy, without the load of the body weight that we had in Dolphin. Maybe you can find a little bit more ease in the neck and the jaw. And then drive the elbows down and back, sending the chest forward gently. So it's not a forced movement, but just the energetics of that. Using a little bit of ground reaction forces to create some tension that sends the chest forward and creates an opening across the muscles there in front of the ribs and the collarbones. And stay here, bend the right knee, reach back with the right foot, catching that foot. Be gentle here, but press the right foot down toward the right hip. And then tuck the tailbone a bit, especially if you feel like you have a ton of range of motion here, tuck the tailbone under. You'll get that stretch to show up right away in the front of the right thigh and the right hip. And then release that right foot, switch sides. We're tucking the tailbone to find that stretch. Right, release that back foot. Work your way to your back. If you didn't start practice on your back this first time, perhaps you've laid down, bend the knees though. Relax the spine down, bend the knees, plant the knees, or the feet rather, underneath the knees. Bring the arms out into a kind of cactus trident shape here. Press the elbows down, bring the forearms up, arch the upper back, so creating kind of like cow shape here. The hips are down, the head is down. We've arched the spine. Take a big breath in. As you exhale, articulate the backbone down, reach the arms up, swoop the tailbone up, coming into a glute bridge here. Arms are up. Squeeze the thighs together. Rotate the wrists so the palms are facing upward, like you're holding a little tray above your head. And then bring the arms out and squeeze the arms in, lift a little higher. Out about a foot and then squeeze in till the thumbs are touching. Press the feet down extra firm when the thumbs get to that midline for 5. 4, smooth deep breaths through the nose. 3, 2, we're gonna take it back into that elbows down, hips down on 1 to lower the hips. Press the elbows down into the mat, lift the chest, arching through the back. Deep breath in. We're going to do one more like that. Exhale, the back comes down, the arms come up, scoop the tailbone up and into your glute bridge you go. This time, interlace your hands on the mat underneath your lower back or just drop the arms to the side. Press down extra firm with the right foot. And then switch, press down extra firm with the left foot. Press down evenly through both feet here. Imagine that you're pulling your heels back underneath your body for 3. Soften the jaw for 2. Lower it down on 1. Last little bit. Have a seat on the backs of your hands. Extend the legs up toward the ceiling. We rotate the ankles out for a second. We're going to take alternating leg lifts. The legs can stay straight or bent at the knees, and see if you can lift the hips at the top. So finding that little lift and pause. Right leg hovers above the mat. Right leg comes up, lift the hips. Left leg hovers above the mat. Left leg comes up, lift the hips. Side to side, 10 more. Pursed lips, exhale to lift. Tiny tuck to the chin, like you're holding an orange between your chin and your sternum. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, knees to the chest on 1. Find a happy baby here. Bringing the peace fingers to the big toes. I feel good to find a really gentle, slow rock side to side. And then bring the feet down underneath the knees. Let's take really small windshield wipers with the knees to start. Keeping the knees in the frame of the mat for a moment. See if you can feel that thigh bone kind of gliding around the hip socket, feel the sacrum rolling side to side along the mat. And bring the feet in real close together, right knee over left knee. T or cactus the right arm, and then guide your knees to the left for a spinal twist. The nose can point straight up, or you can nod your chin toward your right shoulder. Like a plane circling the runways, we're slowing down. Letting the energy come back down. Nice way to balance out the nervous system. Working our way toward more integration for your practice. Bring the head through center. If it was nodded to the right, as you breathe in, bring the knees to the center. Untangle the knees. And then switch left knee over right. T or cactus the left arm as you drop the knees to the right. Do what feels most natural with the neck and the head here, whether that's keeping the neck neutral or nodding the chin to the left. Coming back through the center, giving the knees another squeeze in toward the chest and then circling out the knees. We did a ton of legs today, really moving those thigh bones around hip sockets, switch the direction of those circles. Bring the hands back behind the knees, extend the legs up, doesn't have to be all the way. Rotate the ankles a few times, kick out the feet a bit. We're going to settle in for a Shavasana, letting the legs stretch out in front of you. You can take Shavasana seated if that feels better for you, or on your side, or on your tummy, wherever you can let the body feel like it's resting. If you need a little bit more relaxation here, it's hard to kind of unclench. We'll do a really quick progressive muscle relaxation. So we're going to start with the right side. Make a fist with your right hand. Squeeze the right foot, and then squeeze the right leg and the right arm. So flex as hard as you can through the right side. Be squeezing the right bicep, the glutes, the right thigh. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze without hurting yourself. Flex hard for 3, 2. Take a big breath in. And then on 1, exhale and let it go. Shift to the left, make a fist with the left hand, squeeze the left leg and foot, squeeze the left bicep, squeeze as tight as you can. 3, 2, deep inhale, exhale and let it go. Let the breath settle into whatever rhythm is natural. And cultivate a connection with the sensations in the body. Just letting yourself be here. considering what it might mean to give yourself a full minute without anything that you need to do, any role that you need to play, whatever you have next on your schedule today, whether it's a really full day or you have more of a chill plan and agenda. See if you can give yourself a moment where you're truly, truly not needing to do anything except for this, just as you are. Bringing your awareness to your sense of hearing and any sounds that you're aware of. In the near distance, or the far distance, perhaps deepening the breath. So there's the sound of the breath. Inviting some gentle movement into the body, maybe nodding the head side to side, rotating ankles and wrists, wiggling fingers and toes, perhaps stamping the feet down under the knees and then inhaling the arms back over your head, big stretch there. When you're ready, open mouth, exhale, and then transitioning mindfully up to a seat. Once you land in your seated position, you get your focus shifted inward just for another moment. And really our focus can be shifted inward and outward at the same time. It always is. But deliberately creating a little bit more of a connection internally. Perhaps like 75% of your awareness inward, the other 25% honing in on the temperature of the room, sounds in your space. Bringing your right hand over your heart, with your fingers spread out wide so that palm is covering a ton of surface area and then covering it with the other hand. Lift the chest into your hands, lift the shoulders into your ears. Take one last deep, clear breath in through your nose. Big cleansing inhale, holding it at the top. When you're ready, open up, exhale, blinking the eyes open, let the shoulders relax. Thank you for joining me. It's always a pleasure to practice with you. If you have questions, please reach out via email anytime. And take care until I see you next.